Q&A section, and our team is available to answer any questions. In case you have additional questions, you can always drop an email to iqboard@iqboard.net, and we will be able to assist. After this webinar, we will also share a recording of today's webinar, and then if you have any other questions, you can always get back to us and our team will be there to help. Okay, we are just gonna wait a couple more minutes and then we can start. Thank you. Alright, I think we can begin. Thank you everyone for joining. Today our topic is about the basics of Q-NEX Solution, and we hope that through this webinar we can make the Q-NEX Solution easy to understand. Okay, in today's section, I will guide you through 4 parts to help you understand the Q-NEX Solution, the background of Q-NEX, what is Q-NEX, how to choose Q-NEX products, and case study. Before we talk about the solution, I want to take you back to the reality that many schools and organizations face today. Technology has grown rapidly. Digital devices are everywhere. Many schools struggle to use them effectively. First, when a classroom contains many different devices and each with its own remote interface and operation method, teachers often feel overwhelmed. Even if training is provided, complex steps are difficult to remember and many teachers eventually stop using these devices. This is the first major challenge: high learning costs for users. Second, more devices mean more compatibility issues, more troubleshooting, and more maintenance. IT administrators often need to run from room to room just to fix simple problems. And this leads to the second big challenge: difficulty in managing and maintaining different devices for IT administrators. Third, smart classroom upgrades are necessary for school to stay competitive. But with so many products on the market and unclear long-term compatibility, investing in digital equipment can feel like a bottomless pit. So for school administrators, they are concerned about the implementation budgets. And schools need a solution that is simple, unified, and cost-efficient. And this is exactly where Q-NEX comes in. Q-NEX was created to solve these problems once and for all. Then you must be curious about what is exactly Q-NEX. I will divide it into 3 parts. What does Q-NEX include? What can Q-NEX do? And how Q-NEX works? Let's first find out what does Q-NEX include. Q-NEX is a hardware and software integrated solution, including Q-NEX platform and a range of terminal units. For software, only one platform, Q-NEX platform, which is primarily used for remote control and management of devices, including 2 access methods: web-based console and app console. About app console, it supports Android and iOS system. Then about terminal unit, which is used for local centralized control of devices, such as all-in-one digital podiums, NDP series. Classroom central controller, we call networked media processor, NMP. Network presentation switcher, NPS. Campus-wide AV broadcast box, MBX. Room scheduler. And other accessories, wireless control module, CBX, and passive speaker. Now that we know what the Q-NEX includes, the next question actually is, what can Q-NEX do? So let's go to the first function about the Q-NEX. This function includes 2 levels of control. It's about the device control. And the device control is include 2-level control. The first one is local control for presenters and remote control for IT administrators. Let's start with the local control. Okay, look the pictures. When a presenter walks into a room equipped with a Q-NEX terminal unit, all room devices can be controlled directly from the touch panel. The control of the power devices on or off, and including displays, projectors, lights, air conditioners, and curtains. They can also control the raising and lowering of the projection screen, as well as adjust the temperature and operating mode of the air conditioner. This gives presenters full control of the classroom environment with just a few simple touches. Another important part of local control is AV control. For AV matrix switching, a typical classroom setup includes a laptop and document camera as output devices and interactive displays, TVs, or projectors as input devices. Without a unified control device, using multiple input and output devices together can be very complex and time-consuming. Allows for quick switching between different input-output devices via a control panel after all devices are connected to the terminal unit, and also enables direct adjustment of microphone and speakers values. Instead of explaining this with an image alone, let's take a quick look at how smooth and intuitive AV switching is in a real classroom environment. If local control serves presenters, remote control is designed specifically for IT administrators. All remote operations are managed through the Q-NEX platform and support both real-time and scheduled control. Real-time control. For example, before or after school hours, administrators can view the real-time status of all classroom devices on the Q-NEX platform and remotely turn them on or off with a single operation. No need to go every classroom to operate each device. This not only saves time but also significantly reduces daily workload. Let's take a look at a short video. Since manual checks can sometimes miss some devices, administrators can also set up scheduled unified power on and power off tests on the Q-NEX platform. Watch the video to see how Q-NEX can easily achieve scheduled control. Beyond device control, schools also need an effective way to communicate information quickly and clearly. This brings us to another key function of Q-NEX: notification distribution. There are two main types of notifications: message distribution and AV distribution. Let's first talk about message distribution. It supports both real-time and scheduled notification. For example, a holiday notification can be scheduled to appear on displays in advance. Administrators can set the content and display duration on the Q-NEX platform, and selected display devices will automatically show the message. Another is about AV distribution. It can be further divided into two aspects. First, AV broadcasting, which also has both real-time and scheduled modes. For example, real-time broadcasting is ideal for urgent announcements or temperature video message that need immediate attention. Now let's see how real broadcasting allows schools to respond instantly when needed. Then, scheduled broadcasting can be used for daily school bells or routine announcements. Let's take a look at how scheduled AV broadcasting works in practice. In addition to broadcasting, Q-NEX also supports live streaming. With this feature, students can watch live speeches, such as a principal's speaking directly from their classrooms without gathering in a playground or auditorium. Here is an example of how live streaming works across multiple classrooms. As classrooms become smarter and more open, security also becomes more important. For each classroom, schools need to protect classrooms when they are not in use. Therefore, many schools choose to use electronic door locks. For devices in each classroom, need to lock the touch panel to prevent unauthorized operation of teaching devices after classes. For safer and more convenient management, Q-NEX integrates access control directly into the one system, allowing authorized users to use IC card to unlock both electronic and touch panel lock. Having discussed how Q-NEX simplifies classroom management, the next logical step is to look beyond individual rooms and focus on how the entire school can be managed in a unified way. The way functions can also be achieved through the Q-NEX platform. Let's begin with the dashboard. Through dashboard data analysis, administrators can monitor device usage and operational status across the campus. This visibility helps schools better understand how resources are being used and apply more effective management and usage strategies. Building on the overview, let's look at group management. Take a typical high school as an example. Suppose there are 3 grades in a school with 3 classes in each grade. This same organizational structure can be created directly on the Q-NEX platform. Once the structure is set, devices can be assigned to their corresponding grades or classrooms. In this way, administrators are no longer managing hundreds of devices individually, but managing them logically by structure. At this point, you may be wondering who is allowed to operate the Q-NEX platform, and is there any difference in usage permissions? So this brings us to user management. The Q-NEX platform supports creating different user accounts with different permission levels. Only administrator accounts can access both the console and the dashboard. This is to distinguish authorities between administrator and teachers. Principal and IT administrator can access to dashboard of Q-NEX console. Edit users' authority and assign the device to the corresponding person in charge. This ensures the right people have the right access without compromising system security. Beyond these functions, device maintenance is also a critical part of daily operations. With Q-NEX, users can submit repair requests directly through the app-based Q-NEX console. Administrators can then view repair records and logs centrally, making it much easier to track issues, respond quickly, and maintain a complete maintenance history. This creates a more transparent and efficient maintenance workflow for both IT administrators and users. What's more, Q-NEX is not limited to classroom environments. It is equally powerful in meeting room scenarios. In terms of device control, just like in classrooms, it can also achieve centralized control of devices using terminal units. However, meeting rooms have their own unique requirements. This is where the Q-NEX terminal unit, NPS, comes into play. NPS supports BYOM, allowing users to bring their own devices and easily start video meetings, which is a very important function for meeting rooms. What's more, to further enhance meeting room management, setting up room scheduler in each meeting room, which enables real-time synchronizations of meetings scheduled in Outlook or Teams. This means that employees can book meetings directly through Teams or Outlook, and the meeting schedule will be instantly synced to the room scheduler. Through the display screen and LED indicator of room scheduler, you can quickly check the status of the meeting room. Now that we've covered the core functions, let's move into the most important section of today's webinar. How does Q-NEX works? To help you fully understand its logic, I will guide you through 3 levels: 1 classroom, 1 campus, and 1 school district. As we move from small to large scale, you will notice something important. The system logic never changes, only the scale does. Let's start with the smallest unit, a single classroom. Image, we start with a single classroom. In this classroom, we deploy 1 Q-NEX terminal unit such as an NMP, NDP, or NPS. This device acts as the central control hub of the room. All classroom equipment, displays, projectors, lights, air conditioners, curtains, and speakers, etc., are connected to this terminal unit through standard control ports. From here, teachers can control all devices locally using the touch panel. One interface replaces multiple remotes. Classroom operation becomes simple, intuitive, and consistent. At this stage, everything works locally, and the classroom can already function as a smart classroom on its own. You can think of it this way. One classroom equals one terminal unit equals full local control. Now, let's scale up. A real campus doesn't have just one classroom. It includes dozens or even hundreds of rooms in a campus, such as traditional classroom, lecture hall, library, corridors, etc., are equipped with different terminal units, each with different devices and different needs. So what happens next? All Q-NEX terminal units across the campus are connected to the school's local network. Once connected, IT administrators can remotely monitor and control all rooms. Device status can be viewed centrally. Unified power on-off schedules can be applied. Maintenance and configuration no longer require room-by-room visits. Where does media broadcasting come in? When the campus needs bill schedules, video or audio announcement, emergency notification, live speeches, a media server is added inside the campus network. Here's how it works. Media files are stored locally on the media server. The Q-NEX platform sends control instructions. The media server streams content within the campus LAN. Terminal units receive and play the content on connected display or speakers. So at the campus level, Q-NEX forms a clear three-layer structure: Q-NEX platform, management and control, media server, AV distribution and live streaming, terminal units for local control and playback. Now let's take the final step. Many education groups operate multiple campuses, different school levels, primary, secondary, intellectual, etc., or buildings in different locations. With Q-NEX, each campus operates independently using the same logic we just discussed. The key difference is this: all campuses are connected to one unified Q-NEX platform. This means each campus keeps its own local network and media server. Daily operations remain independent, but administrators can manage everything from one centralized platform. And most importantly, Q-NEX does not require a redesign as it scales. You simply add more terminal units and campuses to the same system. So if we summarize the working logic, one classroom, one terminal unit controls all devices. One campus, many terminal units, plus one media server managed centrally. One school district, multiple campuses, all unified under one Q-NEX platform. The architecture stays the same, only the number of devices and locations increases. This is why Q-NEX is not just a classroom solution, it is a scalable infrastructure, smart campuses, and smart education system. Now that we understand how it works, the next question that most people are also concerned about is, how do I choose the Q-NEX product that I need? To make this simple, we recommend selecting a terminal unit from 3 perspectives: overall design, usage scenario, functional requirements. First, let's select by the physical design. The split-type podium where the control panel and the main unit are installed separately for greater flexibility. The NMP is the ideal choice. The all-in-one digital podium where the control panel and the main unit are combined into a single device for a cleaner setup. Then the NDP series is the recommended option. Look, floor standing digital podium NDP 200, desktop mounted digital podium NDP 600, and digital podium with a front-facing display signage SLO 100. Next, let's look at usage scenarios because different spaces naturally have different needs. First, in classroom scenarios such as smart classroom, lecture captures classroom, lecture hall, divisible classroom, and group learning classroom, we recommend you choose the following products: NDP series as well as the NMP 311. These products are designed to meet a wide range of teaching needs, from interactive instruction to lecture capture and flexible classroom layouts. Schools can select the most suitable device based on their specific teaching and space requirements. Beyond classrooms, schools also have many non-classroom spaces such as libraries, corridors, teachers' offices, etc. For these environments, the MBX is the recommended choice. It focuses on AV broadcasting and content distribution, making it ideal for delivering announcements and do not require classroom-level device control. Finally, let's look at meeting room environments. The NPS is the ideal solution for meeting rooms. It is specifically designed for meeting and supports both BYOD and BYOM, allowing participants to easily bring their own devices and start video meetings without complicated setup. In addition, equipping each meeting room with a room scheduler enables more convenient and faster meeting booking, creating a more intelligent meeting space. Finally, let's talk about section based on function. Because not every space needs every feature. If your goal is to implement device control together with AV broadcasting and live streaming, then the NDP series or the NMP is the right choice. These devices are designed to handle both control and AV distribution. If you need device control and BYOM function, but you do not need AV broadcasting, then the NPS is the better choice. And if your requirement is per AV broadcasting, especially in non-classroom areas, then the MBX is the most suitable device. So, Q-NEX does not force you into one product. It allows you to choose the right terminal unit based on your space, usage, and functional needs. If you would like to learn more about our detailed solution, please contact our sales team. We can customize a solution specifically for you. Finally, to make everything we've discussed more concrete, let's briefly look at a few real-world examples where Q-NEX solution have been successfully deployed in different regions and scenarios. First, BPP University uses divisible classroom that need to support both small group teaching and larger combined sections. The main challenge was ensuring that AV system remained flexible and easy to manage when rooms were separated or merged. By deploying Q-NEX NMP in these divisible classrooms, each room could operate independently when separated, while still allowing seamless AV synchronization when the partition was opened. So, teachers can switch between teaching modes effortlessly, and the university maintains a constant teaching experience without reconfiguring equipment each time. Next one, Jiazhen University. Jiazhen University operates across multiple buildings and needed a way to capture and share high-quality lectures while maintaining consistent teaching across different classroom locations. By integrating Q-NEX NMP with a lecture capture system, the university built lecture capture classrooms that combined centralized device control, multimedia teaching, and automated lecture recording. So lectures can now be recorded and shared efficiently, improving teaching consistency, expanding learning access, and reducing the impact of geographical separation across the campus. Next, GBS Tech Space. GBS Tech Space fixed the frequent meeting room booking conflicts and ghost reservation, which reduced the room utilization and caused frustration among employees. By deploying Q-NEX Room Scheduler, meeting schedules were synchronized in real time for Outlook and Teams, and room availability was clearly displayed outside each room. So booking conflicts were eliminated and room usage became more transparent. So as you can see, whether it is flexible classrooms, large campuses, or modern meeting spaces, Q-NEX adapts to different environments while keeping the same unified management logic. This is just some of our case studies. If you would like to know more about the cases, please contact our sales team. Before we warm up, we have a dedicated Q&A section. Our team will answer all the questions raised by you. If you have any questions about the Q-NEX solution, please leave message in the comment area. Thank you all for the great questions. We hope this gives you a clear picture of our Q-NEX solution and product. For those of you who couldn't join us live today, don't worry. You can always reach out to our team through the contact information on this page, and we will be happy to answer your questions or provide solution for your needs. That is all about today's webinar. Thank you for joining us today, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.